Questions for Adam? First one will be Jordan, third row on your left.
Coach, how would you evaluate the secondary play on Friday? Obviously 9 pass breakups, but no takeaways.
Yeah, I mean, we broke up on as many balls as they caught, so that's good. Thought the guys battled, competed, and I thought we were good in one-on-one situations.
Right, next will be Chris, front row.
When you have 8, 9 PBUs in a game and you're around the ball as much as the defense was, why doesn't it translate to takeaways? Why has that been such a difficult task for this team to take the ball back?
Yeah, sometimes when you tip the ball, it bounces away from the guy running the ball. You know, it happens. You want to be able to catch them all you can, but, you know, break up balls, I don't know what the percentage is of pass breakups that are interceptions. You know, I thought we were in good position on a couple of them, didn't catch it or didn't play it in a way that we could catch the football. But, you know, listen, we're just trying to create them. You know, we had obviously the PI on the one interception that it got negated, and you'd like to have that one. You know, if we don't get the holding, is that successful? Well, it helps. That's one more than we had. So we're working on it.
All right, we'll stay here for Brendan.
How did Juice do in the start? Is he continuing to earn more and more reps?
He's doing well. You know, he's doing well. You know, he's turning into somebody that we really count on. You know, just day to day, and doing a good job in tackling. You know, it was not a perfect night for him, but you know, he's really progressing well, and I think we're seeing a lot of the reps add up for him.
We'll go to Ira, second row on your right.
How do you approach a quarterback like Cam Ward, where he can extend plays so long that it seems like it's not even really within the structure of the offense or the defense? Like, how do you prepare for that?
I mean, you know, you try to replicate the extension of plays. You know, you try to do it in practice. You know, he's playing at such a good level that no matter what position plays at a high level, it's hard to duplicate that in practice, because that's why they're doing what they're doing. But I do think there's a way to try to deal with it. You know, I think you know, just get done watching a couple of those cut-ups of just things that, you know, he was able to extend, and you know, some, whether they were made mistakes out of those situations or he made plays. He's made more than he hasn't. But you know, it's something, Ira, that definitely is part of their game, the off-scripted football plays. They're making scripted plays, but there are definitely some off-scripted plays, and he's just buying time and, you know, waiting for guys to get open, and then he's got enough arm strength to make it count.
All right, we'll go to Kurt, front row on your right.
You talked about, has there been sorry, a common theme of what defenses have done to force them into those mistakes we've seen in moments?
Well, there's not many of them. You know, they're undefeated and they're averaging almost 50 points a game. So, you know, there hasn't been a lot. I thought Virginia Tech did a pretty good job throughout the game. I thought Cal, you know, started off the game well. You know, there's been some defenses that have played better, but you know, in the moments that they've really needed to execute, they've ended up executing, whether it's in the run game or the throw game. So, you know, they're operating at a high level right now.
We'll go back to Ira.
Duke clearly wasn't going to let the quarterback hold the ball too long back there. But how did the defensive line play? It seemed like, other than the one run that scored it out, it seemed like the run defense was good. Just how did they play overall?
I thought they played well. I mean, you know, I forget how many, you know, we didn't have any sacks in the game, but, you know, I try to look at it by, you know, how quickly we were there. If we disrupted the pocket, I thought all those things were good. You know, we had a plan going into the game of, this is how Duke plays, and this is how we need to play in the game in order to negate any strengths that they had coming into the game. And I thought we executed it well. You know, the one sudden change, we got it down to a 4th and 1. You know, and that's the touchdown that we had given up. And you know, thought we really had a chance to stop that play, to be honest with you. You know, I thought our front played well. You know, I thought they showed up in many moments. I thought Josh Farmer was really impactful. I thought Darryl probably played one of his best games. And so, you know, overall, you know, we didn't get the win, so that's important. But I did think up front we're playing with better and more consistent technique and effort, and that's encouraging to me.
We'll come back to Jordan on your left.
Following up on that, Coach, when the defense plays as well as it did and the offense struggles, did you notice any frustration from your guys on the sideline, or it's a team game and they just have to go out there and execute?
To be honest with you, Jordan, was one of the things I was mostly encouraged about in the course of the game. You know, the way some of our veteran defensive players responded to the type of game that it was. You know, there were moments, you know, post corrections on the sideline that we had multiple guys saying, you know, trying to encourage and get up and supporting, and you know, that's all part of being on a team. And so I was actually appreciate you bringing that up, because that was actually something that I was really proud of, and you know, excited about that type of emotional response from the guys.
We'll go back to Ira on your right.
I know you go into every game wanting to, you know, shut down the other offense, but when you're going up against an offense that is probably going to make a lot of plays, or make some plays, is there, what's the key to just kind of withstanding that and not letting it affect what happens after that?
You know, in the course of a game, especially when you're going into a game with a team that's operating really well, I think that's part of the reason you coach, you know, because, you know, you want to go out there and you want to have the opportunity to be the team that has properly prepared, can execute, and go out and play really good defense. And I've got a real lot of confidence in this week and the guys that we have and the building that I've seen. You know, we've had 2 bye weeks already this year, and I have felt that, you know, we have gained steam coming out of each one of them. So, you know, listen, I'm not making any statements, but I feel really good about the guys we have in that defensive room. I'm looking forward to putting a great plan together. I'm looking forward to them going out and playing as hard as they possibly can. And, you know, we'll see how that plays out for them.
All right, we'll stay there for Liam.
Kind of following up on that, you mentioned this week it's Miami. Mike talked about it, you know, this is the game everyone remembers. Does that give these guys a little bit of an edge, especially considering, like you said, Miami can make those big plays, but they want to be the one to shut them down?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this game, Florida State, Miami, has gone way longer than my time here. And, you know, it's always been, you know, a critical game to this university. And, you know, we have a lot of former players either on our staff or that I have come to know as friends. Obviously, we have players that I've coached that have had major impactful games, you know, even in my short time here. And so I don't underestimate the importance of the game. I think that emotion is important. But at the end of the day, you know, after that first play or first series, you know, it's still going to be one of those football games. But, you know, I am not, I totally understand about what the level of play that needs in this game. And, you know, it's something our guys have rose to. And I know we've got a lot of guys in the state with eyes on this game.
All right, Ira.
You guys played other mobile quarterbacks, and Trevor gives you guys, I would assume, a pretty good look at that. How valuable would he be in a week like this? In terms
Very.
of
You know, I actually spoke to him yesterday, and you know, Trevor's done a really good job, you know, all year, just being pretty consistent in his competitiveness out there, making throws, keeping plays alive. So, you know, he'll be a valuable person on that look squad this week, and I know he'll do a great job.
We'll go to Aslan in the back right.
How do you combat against the human nature aspect of being where you guys are at? I know you want to continue to ask these guys to work as hard as they possibly can. You guys want to win as many games as you can. Do you think at all about the way you push them in practice of how much more you really can get out of them at this point in the year?
Not really. You know, I look at myself first, you know, to make sure that I'm doing it the way it needs to be done, and then use all my past experiences and my relationships with these guys to make sure that I'm helping put them in positions so that they can shine and they can play their best. You know, and I've seen improvement, you know, with a lot of these guys, and I've seen it in position groups and I've seen it with the defense. And, you know, I'm really excited about going to work today and putting the plan together for these guys, because I know they're excited about this football game.
All right, last one, Ira.
You talked about earlier about the pass breakups. Was that about as well as the secondaries played in terms of playing the ball this season?
Yeah, I mean, you know, ball thrown, you know, in the one-on-one plays, I mean, we were really good, you know, in the game. And, you know, was it the best one? You know, probably the most pass breakups we've had in the game. But that also went to, you know, there weren't sacks, you know, and so just the ball had more opportunity to probably get there. But yeah, I think they competed well, and we felt good about the matchup going in. We felt really good about the matchup coming out.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
See y'all.